D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday and I share 3 entertainment stories that I find interesting, and hopefully you do too, and we can discuss them down below. Now, as always, if you want to read the articles about these stories yourself, I will leave links down in the section down below. So why don't we just go ahead and get started. So for the first story, Avengers Endgame has a runtime now, and now it's not official yet. The movie theaters will put on their website that it's got 3 hours and 2 minutes long, and everything. So that's how long it's going to be. It's going to be 3 hours and 2 minutes long, and I'm excited for this. And there were some talks about it being too long, and they talked about having an intermission to have a bathroom break, which I think that is a bad idea. I think that when you have an intermission in a movie, it might be hard to crowd people back into the movie theater at the right time. Also, people are just going to rush right to the bathroom as soon as you have that intermission, and I think that it's just going to clog up the bathrooms. And like I said, it will also be hard to get people back into their seats once that happens. However, there is an app that you can check. I believe it's called Pee Time. I'll leave a link down below. I use it all the time. I personally don't have a problem with holding my urine in during a movie. I just go numb from the neck down during a movie, so I'm able to just sit through the whole thing. But someone like my wife who doesn't like to sit through the whole movie without peeing, this app is really great. It helps you, it tells you what time during the movie to go use the restroom, like the best time to go. And like I said, there will be a link down below. Also, people are complaining that this might be too long, but I have to say, if you can sit through a Lord of the Rings movie, you can definitely sit through Avengers Endgame. And I mean, like, come on, 3 hours? I don't think that's enough time, you know what I'm saying? So, moving on to my next story. Apple had their big announcement this week about Apple, all the Apple products, well, not products, all the content that they're going to be putting out. And it was a 2-hour presentation that they gave out, and they just wheeled out a bunch of stars, which we'll talk about in just a second when we get to the Apple TV part. But a couple things of noteworthy things to mention. They mentioned Apple News, or News Plus. That's basically, I think they said 15 magazines, and they were all like, oh, we're going to save magazines and everything. And basically that was $10 a month for your subscription, and it automatically gets uploaded to your account and everything, each magazine. You get a lot of them. I personally don't think it's worth the money for the subscription and everything. I mean, like, the New York Times isn't in there. Washington Post isn't in there. It's just stuff like Vanity Fair, and I'm all like, listen, if I want Vanity Fair, I think it's only like 97 cents an issue or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is for a subscription for the year, but I mean, like, it's not even that. I don't think it's worth it for the Apple or the News Plus. The next thing they did was Apple Arcade. Now, I personally don't play video games. I mean, I have played a video game here or two, but I don't play it, so I personally won't be getting this. Then they have the Apple Card that I found really interesting, but one thing that I don't like is if I have to put lock in my my bank account to them, and I don't really need a credit card through Apple. I'm sorry, like, I don't need to be going through that. So the big thing for me was Apple TV. And they wheeled out a bunch of stars. Jennifer Aniston. Some of the big ones were Spielberg. He came out, which he's a total hypocrite because he bashed Netflix left and right during the Oscars and everything, and then he goes and works for Apple, a streaming service. I mean, come on, don't be a hypocrite, especially when that video is when your quotes are out there online to just to catch you on them. So you're kind of stupid for that, Spielberg. Then they brought out. Well, the last one they brought out was Oprah, and it was the big thing. Oh, they got Oprah and everything. But I have to admit, I wasn't impressed with Oprah. I mean, she talked about 2 documentaries, which I'm all like, okay, who cares? And then her book club. Oh, please, give me a break. Your book club? I never cared about your book club. If I want to hear about books, I'll go read the New York Times bestseller list, or go see what people are buying on Amazon.com. I'm not going to sit here and bother with your nonsense, Oprah. I don't care what you think. Now, I know a lot of people love Oprah, and they're just so fascinated with her, but I'm not one of those people, and I don't need her advice nor her information. However, her presentation was really good. She did a good job there, and her outfit was great. She did a really good job, so I'll give her kudos for that. And she's got a great career, so I'll give her kudos for that also. But I have to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to get any of this except for the Apple TV, you guys, because I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, and they didn't even give you the price points on some of this stuff, and I don't know how I feel about Apple being a content provider. I always looked at Apple as being a products provider. In fact, when they talked about Apple TV, I thought it was going to be an actual TV that they put out there, and I was super excited for it. I thought it would be sleek, it'd be stylish, it'd be innovative and everything, but no, it's not that. It's content, and like I said, I don't know how I feel about it, so we're just going to have to wait and see. For my next story, it looks like Angelina Jolie is in talks to play a role in the MCU's Eternals. Now, the Eternals, like most people, I mean, I was a hankering for this. I don't know if you were or not, this show, or this movie, but I'm pretty sure this is Kevin Feige's answer to New Gods that the DC is, that Warner Brothers is apparently going to do, but I don't know if they will or not, and that will be directed by Ava DuVernay. But she's in talks to play a role. Hasn't said what role, and I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be. I hope it's not a cameo role, kind of like Annette Bening in this past Captain Marvel movie, or Glenn Close in Guardians of the Galaxy. I hope it's a meaty role, and she's probably gonna be like, listen, I need lots of lines, because that's how Angelina Jolie. She doesn't play back seat or second fiddle to anybody. So I think she's probably going to be. Probably center stage. Probably not the main character, because I guess that's going to someone of the LGBT community, male, I'm assuming, because that's the main character in the Eternals. But I'm pretty sure she'll be like the second person or whatnot. And I have another story real quick. This really isn't a huge story, so I'm just attaching it onto. We got the WonderCon is this weekend, and we got the first, or was this weekend, we got the first look at Breck Basinger, who is playing Stargirl in the DC Universe's Stargirl series. And I'm just going to tell you right now, this costume looks amazing. I mean, it's very comic book accurate. I couldn't be more happy with it. She looks great. I mean, if you look at it, it looks kind of leathery, but it still looks great. Her staff looks great if you look at it. I mean, she looks fantastic. And I have always said, like, since the beginning of time, like, I don't care about when they cast it. I don't care if they race bend or gender bend, but I do care. I am a purist when it comes to costumes. I really want it to come from the page to the screen. I mean, with some alterations is fine, but for the most part, I just want to be able to look at the character and know what character it is from the comic books. So tell me, what do you guys think about these stories that I've shared with you? How do you feel about Avengers Endgame being 3 hours and 2 minutes long? Are you excited about that? How do you feel about Apple putting out their Apple Plus and all the services that they're going to provide? And will you be getting these services? And which ones will you be getting? How do you feel about Angelina Jolie playing a role in the Eternals for the MCU? And what do you guys think about this costume of Stargirl in the DC Universe? And do you have a subscription to that? Go ahead and share your comments in the section down below. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next Sunday on my weekend review. Have a great week, guys. Bye! Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my weekend review.